good day. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Now, the information I'm giving is for the new week we're about to enter. And before I go ahead, I'll be talking about two interesting things that are going to happen this week. And I'm also going to be teaching you something that you'll be very grateful you watched this video to learn. Now, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Pearl, as always. This channel is Enter Canada, and it's all about Canadian immigration because I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and also because it's a topic that is of great interest to me. And anything about lifestyle, living in Canada, tips, discussions from time to time. I might just have some lives with maybe school reps or people who are living in Canada, or people who have lived in Canada and now live in another country. Different topics, just to make the channel have valuable information for people who aspire to live in Canada. So without further ado, I go into the topic for today. So as usual, as I'm talking, some parts, and I think I'll try to slow down the video. Please don't mind these stickers on my laptop. It's my daughter always decorating my laptop case, and at this point I think I need to get a new case. Anyways, so like I said, two great things are happening this week. The first is that NOC is going to be changing from the NOC 2016 to NOC 2021. The NOC 2021 is the tier system. So that's going to happen on November 16th. And what does this mean for people who are already in the pool or for people who aspire to come into Canada? Well, this change means that the current NOC 2016, which is with a skill type and skill level structure of NOC O, A, B, C, D, it will be replaced with a 6-category system representing the training, education, experience, and responsibilities needed to work in an occupation. So, like I was saying, the redesigning of this NOC 2021 moves away from the previous design to this new 6-group tier categorization. The change was necessary for several reasons, and IRCC tells us that, first of all, the focus of the NOC is occupation and not skills or skill level. And I think part of what they were saying is that the skill level thing, it was really confusing for many stakeholders, and as a result of that, they wanted to put an end to the confusion. The second thing that they said is that the NOC users artificially create or infer a low versus high skill categorization. So the redesign moves away from the high low skill category, as the tier is more accurately capturing the differences in the occupational requirements, which in turn they hope should help in terms of the analysis of the various occupations. But I hope that made some sense, but I'm going to put it here somewhere. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. Today I want to show you, because like I said, one of the two things happening this week is the switch from the NOC 2016 to an NOC 2021, which is the tier system. And earlier on, I explained that the tier system, so the tier stands for training, education, experience, and responsibilities. So today I want to show you, before I go into the other things I have, I know for those who may not have the patience to watch the video to the end, I'll do this now. I'm going to show you how to find your new NOC code. Interesting, right? So I'm going to show the screen somewhere here, and we're going to look at it together. So first of all, you would go on to this website whenever you want to check for your NOC. The fastest way to do it is to go on to the, let me open it. Which one is it now? Okay, so if you go on to canada.ca and click on immigration, just type out find your NOC. Now, when you type that out, it takes you to, if you do that right now, is most likely going to type find your NOC on the canada.ca, click on immigration and citizenship, and then in the search box, just type find your NOC, NOC. Now, when you do that, it will give you options. Click on the one that talks about the National Occupation Classification. So at the top part of the screen, like you can see somewhere here, it's going to show you that there's a new NOC, which is NOC 2021. Now, the switch is going to take place November 16th, like I said earlier. And because for the purpose of this training, we're trying to, for most people who are already in the pool, you already have like the 2016 NOC, but you want to change it on November 16th to the 2021 version. So click on the part that says 2021 version of the NOC. When you click on it, it takes you to the 2021 version, which is the tier categories. You see in the tier categories, there's the skill type level 0A, B, C, D. For now, that doesn't really matter. What we're looking for is our NOC codes. If you already know your NOC code in the 2016, just plug in the occupation title, okay? So when you scroll all the way down, you'd see where it says filter items, just close to the bottom. Then let's use this example. Let's use I think it's the 0114. The 0114 in 2016 NOC. We're going to type, the title is Other Administrative Service Managers. So let's use that as an example. Other Administrative Service Managers. And in the previous NOC, that's a skill level 0. So anyways, in this NOC, we type in Other Administrative Service Managers and then press enter. It's going to narrow down and give you other administrative service managers, but the NOC code is going to be different. So it's not going to be 0114. It's now going to be based on the tier category system. It's now going to be 10019, and it's a category of 0, maybe skill level 0. That's good to know. Now, this doesn't give you much information, right? But just to be very, very sure that the lead statement and the main duties are still in line with what the previous NOC you had was, take the code, the NOC code that you have generated on this page, and click where it says NOC website. When you do that, let me just do that. So when you do that, you would just type in, use the search that asks you to pick which of the NOC versions you're looking for, and you select the 2021 because on that day, November 16th, you want to be doing that change. When you do the change to NOC 2021, put in the NOC code as 10019. Don't forget, this is an example. Your NOC code will be different from this, so this is just an example. Plug in the number 10019. This is the number you generated on the previous website. The reason why I'm advising you should do it this way is because when I first tried to do it, I typed in the title, the job title, and the code didn't come out, and I found that pretty weird. I'm going to try to do it just so you can see what it looks like. I hope it's a glitch that will be resolved, I hope. And just in case it's not, I'm giving you a way around it just to avoid any confusion or apprehension. So when you put in the code 10019 and you're sure it's the NOC 2021 version, which is the tier, click the search and then you see it brings out everything. And I'm going to try to do a side-by-side comparison. If the screen can't take a side-by-side comparison, I'm hoping it's big enough, but if it doesn't, I'm going to do it like one after the other just so you can see that it's pretty much the same thing, right? There are differences, but majority of the things are being repeated. So for example, in the 2016 version, there wasn't the Supreme Court registrar, but in the 2021, it's there. And that's under the titles, right? Under main duties, there wasn't what was the other one that wasn't there? Under main, okay, so it looks like the main duties are pretty much repeated. So it's under employment requirements that the addition is court registrars employed by the higher courts may require judicial certificate credentials. So that's the additional thing that was updated for this NOC. So it's important that you do not forget to make this change, because from from the 16th of November, this is the code that's going to start being used. And if any draw, and when they say, when the federal government says that they're making such a switch, trust me, it's going to go all the way down to the provincials. So, I mean, to the provinces. So, I mean, like the provincial nominee programs, they would also be adjusting to this new NOC system. So if for any reason a draw happens that day in any of these provinces, if for any reason, though already a draw happened last week, so we're not expecting a federal draw to happen, but just for any reason it happens, if you're still on the old NOC, you won't get picked. I doubt you will. So it's important that you take it seriously and make that change, okay? So I hope I've been able to explain this. I hope I've been able to break it down. And my screen, I'm going to try to make sure that it shows you like the step by step, so it makes it a bit easy. Okay, so we're going to go into the other thing for today. Now, the other good news that we said is happening this week is based on an announcement that Minister Sean Fraser made last month. October 7th, Minister Sean Fraser, this was what he said. With the economy growing at a faster rate than employers can hire new workers, Canada needs to look at every option so that we can have skills and workforce needed to fuel our growth. Immigration will be crucial to addressing our labor shortage by allowing international students to work more while they study. We can help ease pressing needs in the many sectors across the country, while providing more opportunities for international students to gain valuable Canadian work experience and to be able to continue to contribute towards the short-term recovery and long-term prosperity of the country. So that's the main reason why this is happening. And basically, what is it? That students are going to be able to work longer hours. So in the past, you can only work more than 20 hours per week if you're working on campus or during the holidays, but now it's been increased. So from November 15, which is the day before the 16th, where the NOC changes, not related anyways. So from November 15 till next year, December 31st, international students in Canada who have off-campus work authorization on their study permit, they will not be restricted anymore by that 20-hour work rule. Now, the good news with the announcement was that they also said foreign nationals who have already submitted a study permit application as at that day, October 7, they would also be able to benefit from the temporary change provided they have received an approval. That's before they enter the country. Now, like we earlier said, it's going to allow students to have valuable work experience in Canada, and it's also going to help, with the current labor shortage. So, the day that announcement was made, I was really hopeful that the announcement had to do with a PR route for international students, because he's been talking about trying to think about how to create something like that. So I was really hoping that was what the announcement was going to be, but that wasn't what happened. And well, this is good. International students, they can make money to be able to afford more of their living expenses and whatnot. But I'll tell you, international students, please listen to me. And right now, I'm talking like a big sister. Please, no matter how many hours they're giving you to work, do not forget that the main reason why you are in Canada is to study. Do not get carried away. At the end of the day, when you graduate, you will get quality job offers. Right now, you're just fulfilling a short-term need. By the time the economy picks up, and already this policy ends next year, December, who knows if it's going to be renewed or not. So do not lose focus. The main reason why you're here is to study. And when you study and you graduate, you would have more opportunities to, to be able to remain permanently in the country. Do not get carried away with trying to work so many jobs that you lose focus and do poorly in school. If you do poorly in school, you first of all be warned. You get an academic warning. After an academic warning, you might be suspended. After a suspension, if there's no improvement, you might be asked to withdraw. So we don't want that to happen. because that's the main reason why you came. You came as a student, not as a worker. So I implore you, please, 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 I implore you, please do not get carried away with these opportunities that are being brought your way. You are just fulfilling a short-term need. Your long-term goal is to achieve your degree or diploma or certificate, so that you can see what other options are available for you to work. So no matter what, don't let it encroach on your studies. Still work hard so that you can finish well. Okay, so that's a big advice I have there, because it's very easy to get caught up with, oh, I can work now, I can afford all the flashy things. Things are ephemeral. They're not going to, like, by the time you buy it, some of them will get spoiled within a few days, or the latest fashion. Before you know it, it's not trending anymore. So what is important now is the academics you're here to pursue. Fulfill that, and then, like, the world is your oyster. Okay, so that is it for that. What else would I like to talk about? So I would like to mention some quick facts. It's pretty interesting. Let's talk about it. So most post-secondary international students are allowed to work on or off campus with their authorization to work printed directly on the study permit. So for those of you who have study permits, it's that paper. It's like it's a bit similar to like the work permit. It's reddish. It has all your information, your passport details, your name, and all that. And most times at the bottom somewhere, it will tell you what the conditions of that study or work permit is. Sorry. So what I've noticed is some students, especially the high school students, you're not allowed to work. It's written there. But if you're here on a university or college level, it will be written that you're allowed to work, but you can't do like sexual related kind of jobs. You're not allowed to do that. So what else? Prior to today's announcement, any student with the authorization to work, I already said that. So as long as you have the authorization to work, you can't work more than 20 hours per week, except during the holidays or on campus. Those are the only things that would allow you work more than 20 hours a week. So what's the other quick fact? From January 1st, 2022 to the end of August 2022, more than 452,000 study permit applications were processed. During the same period in 2021, which was a record year, 367,000 applications were processed. This represents an increase of 23%, meaning that more people in 2022 came to Canada to study, or desired an option of study as opposed to work or immigration. And the truth is, most people tend to do that, especially at the postgrad level, because maybe they don't qualify for any other immigration program. So that happens. IRCC processed nearly 119,000 study permit extension applications in 2021 with an approval rate of 97%. Why? Because they're already in Canada. Like, there's not much verifying to do. You already have access to all their information, and they're just trying to extend to continue their study or their work. But this is study. From 2022 January 1st to the end of August 2022, more than 135,000 were processed with an approval rate of 96%. Like I said, these are study permit extension numbers, and it's very high because you're already in the country, and obviously they want you to be able to finish. I know that I think it was last month or so, the minister mentioned that they're now going to be using artificial intelligence softwares to see how best to automate the approval process for study permit extensions, because this is a dramatic increase from the previous year and most likely from subsequent years. Applications being considered as part of the Applications being considered as part of the pilot to automate study permit extensions will need to meet certain criteria in order to be automated. Applications that fall outside of the criteria will manually be reviewed by the officers The automated process will not refuse applications or recommend refusals. Any decision to refuse an application will be made by an officer. So they're trying to let us know that we shouldn't think that these automated systems are there to refuse people. It's supposed to help for approvals. So that is it. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer as many as I can in the comment section. So at any point while watching this video, if you have a question that comes up, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Maybe someone is able to answer with their own experience, or I'll be able to answer as I can. So it was really nice doing this. I hope to show up again sometime later this week, and I hope to have some good news. I hope you do remember to change your NOC to the 2021 version, the tier system, so that you don't forget and don't, if there's a draw that might have favored you, you don't get missed, you don't miss out on that. Okay guys, so this was good, and I hope you have a great week ahead. So once again, I hope you found this useful. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you didn't, don't do anything. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. That will let me know that something is working on this channel. And as you can see, we're kind of like in the festive mood. When I finish the decoration, I'll show what it's looking like. But yeah, this is one of my favorite seasons, the Christmas season. In our house, the Christmas season starts in November, so we already have our decor up. And not to elaborate, because we don't know where we'll be by then, but anyways, take care, like, subscribe, turn the bell notifications, and share the video with someone who would love to watch this. Take care. Pearl here. Have a great